What it is, everybody? It's your boy Sammy One Thumb, you know what I'm saying? Man, October, I love October. I love Halloween. My whole family loves Halloween. My mom loved Halloween. This was like her day. This was her month. Not only, partly because her birthday's coming up actually in just a few days. She would have been 54 years old. Actually 55 this year. She passed away at 51. You know, there's a lot to that, you know what I mean? She had diabetes, and she just was stubborn about a lot of things, and you know, stubbornness just doesn't do well for certain things, you know what I mean? She did well with her insulin and stuff, but just she hid the fact that her legs got bad, whatever, and then she got, you know, sepsis. You know, she got septic from a blood infection, and there was no stopping it. And it was a horrible deal, you know. Again, but anyways, she loved this month, and so that's why I'm doing what I'm doing now with these videos. You know, reacting to scary stuff, so on and so forth. You know, I mean, it hasn't got a whole lot of traction yet. Surprised, but at the same time, I'm not surprised because I'm not reacting to certain things that people want to see. Yeah, that's fine, you know what I mean? But this channel is a diverse channel. I'm trying to do multiple different things, and I really appreciate my people, my crew, the Thumbs Up crew, who comes and joins me every single video. And there's a good handful of you that every single video, you know what I'm saying? I really appreciate every single one of you guys. I tend to comment back to you guys the most as well too. But I did not tell my story the other day at the end of that video, because I didn't do a video last night. I got off work way too late to even try to even want to do a video. But anyway, so I'm gonna tell my stories. Since I got your attention here with this one, I'm gonna tell my stories, and I really hope you guys enjoyed that video before this one here. The video before this video here is great. That was I recorded that 2 years ago, and I threatened my wife, I'm gonna upload it. You know, at the time I had a YouTube channel that was doing nothing at all, and I just never did upload it. So this year is the year. I mean, I in my head I was like, I gotta find that video. I still have it. So I really hope you guys enjoyed that. But okay, so to my stories. Let's start back. I was about 5, and we went to go visit our dad, which at that age we seen him every summer or whatever. But from 6 on, I didn't see him for 10 years. Anyways, we went to go see our dad, stay for the week or whatever, and we watched Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Granted, I was 5 years old. Okay, we watched a lot of stuff like this when we were young. Probably not a good thing, but whatever. And I couldn't sleep all night. We stayed up all night watching the windows, you know, freaked out that these clowns would come eat us, you know what I mean, turn us into cotton candy. And I swear it was Killer Clowns. It's been so long, I could be wrong. I know it was a clown movie. It wasn't it, you know what I mean? It had to have been Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Love that movie. I'll watch it still to this day. Actually, me and my son watched it last summer, and I still love that movie. I love it. Okay. All right, so next scary story. That one, the scary story that's something I was scared about. The only movie that actually truly scared me and had me like shaking scared was Return of the Living Dead 3. Return of the Living Dead 3. I can't remember how old I was. Must have been about 10. I mean, I gotta look up when that movie came out. I can tell you how old I was. But it just came out basically, and we're watching it together. And we only had one TV in the house, so we all watched movies together and stuff. And there's certain scenes that just still resonates inside my mind with that movie. One of the scenes where one of the zombie dudes, before I guess they knew he was a zombie, whatever, but they pulled his head up, and it was just his spinal cord there, but he was a zombie with the spinal cord in his head, like that, like floating, like, you know, whatever. The next one that got to me was the same movie, the girl who was becoming a zombie, but still kind of human. She wasn't quite turning all the way zombie. I mean, she was zombie, but she was kind of human too. She laced that chain through her neck. She took the skin parts and all, and just those few scenes. There's a few more, but that movie actually had me shakingly scared just because of those few scenes that just had me, I mean, scared. I've never been that scared over a movie ever. I mean, we watched The Unnameable, we watched all the Freddy Kruegers, all the Jasons, all the Michael Myers, you know, countless amounts of other documentaries, all the Amityville horror movies. We watched The Exorcist and so on. I mean, the list goes on and on and on and on and on. Rawhead Rex. I know a lot of people don't know that movie. Rawhead Rex, if you don't know it, you gotta watch it. You gotta find it somewhere. You gotta watch it. It's a crazy movie written by Clive Barker, which the movie came from a short story that he wrote in a book of stories. Crazy movie, and for its time when it came out, God, it was like 80s when it came out. For its time, it was really well done. The animatronics, because all of Rawhead Rex's head was animatronics, from the eyes, the mouth, everything. It was really well done. The makeup was great. Amazing artist on that. So yeah, that movie scared me, and I don't know why. Now let's get to the truly creepy stuff of the house. So I grew up in a house 18 years. We lived there. Okay, so a lot of memories, a lot of things happen, and my mom was into stuff, you know, like the Ouija board and supernatural and things like that. Well, supposedly we had this spirit in the house named Spider, and then we had another little boy. I think his name was Jason, or I can't remember his name. Can't remember the little boy's name. Supposedly what it was. I never seen anything, but there was a couple creepy things. Um, so the house was just creepy. Okay, for one, because again I grew up there, so I had those thoughts, those feelings, those whatever of these things that are happening in this house. And my mom with the Ouija board and all that stuff. And so the little boy, supposedly the little boy who was in the house, looked kind of like me, I guess. I've never seen him. And one day I walked into the living room. My mom and a few of her friends were sitting there chilling, hanging out, talking. You know, I was young, like maybe 8 years old. You know, I asked if I get some ice cream. I go to the kitchen. I'm making my ice cream. And then mom's friend sees me in the hallway where our bedrooms kind of were, seeing me walk out of a room and down the hallway. And then he freaked out. He's like, whoa, what the hell? Sam just walked over here. What the hell is he doing right there? And so mom called my name, and I come from the kitchen. And he seen me walk from the kitchen. He literally freaked out and ran out of the room, ran outside. He would not come back in the house. I got goosebumps telling that story right now. So I don't know. I don't know if it was mind over matter or what. I don't know what he's seen, but it scared him to the point where he did not come back in the house because he swore he's seen me walk out of a room down the hallway, but I was in the kitchen. See what I'm saying? So that was one scary story on the house. And these things that went on with this house made me, when I would walk through the house, there was a dark hallway that we had. It was an old house. It was built in the 60s, but we had a living room that's kind of a long rectangular shaped living room, kind of skinny but long, a big kitchen, and then we had a hallway that went from the living room straight onto the bathroom, and another hallway you would turn left to go all the way down. Not a very long hallway, but as a kid it was long, but you know, a longer, kind of a longish hallway with some cabinets and, you know, doors and all that stuff to the master bedroom. Then the bathroom, there was another bedroom here and one more bedroom here. And so it was a dark hallway. I mean, doors were shut. It was a dark dang hallway. So anytime I walked through the hallway, and this is all the way till I was 18 years old, I swear to you, I would flip on the hallway light to walk through. I just, a habit, and the creepy stuff that went on in that house supposedly just, you know, makes you think about these things. And then so there's another time we were up and we're hanging out with mom and them and whatever, and all these pennies started flying around the house. Like literally from every angle, there was pennies flying around the house being thrown. Now I think that was my Uncle Byron and his friends. I honestly do, that they were in strategic places in the house throwing pennies, but no one ever came forth from those areas. And then at one point, at the end of it all, it was crazy. It was scary. Uh, One of mom's friends threw a battery into the kitchen, like at the ghost or whatever it was, and it came back. So, again, I don't believe much in ghosts or any of that stuff throughout my life and so on, of living. But this stuff is kind of creepy. I'm just saying. And of course, there's no videos and evidence. My mom tried so hard, but there was one time I did hear my dog. Diablo was his name, and he was a chow, and he ended up being 13 years old before he died. Well, we had to put him down because he was just in bad shape, hip dysplasia. Actually, no, he wasn't showing signs of hip dysplasia, which was weird, but he had internal bleeding. It was a bad deal. He actually almost 14, which is good for age for a chow. But shortly after he died and we put him down or whatever, I heard him growl. And there was nobody in the room but me and my brother. My brother was sleeping, and I think even he heard him another time as well too. So that right there was kind of creepy and weird. We heard him growl. We both heard it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, what was that? And then supposedly, my grandma Lay, which is she's my great great grandmother. She supposedly was in the house, and my brother Aaron would talk to her. And my mom caught him talking to himself, and she said, who are you talking to? He said, that lady. And she was like, what lady? And he said, that red-haired lady. And he pretty much described her. You know what I mean? He's never met her. I never met her. We never met her. We're too young. When she died before we were even born. I mean, pretty much. I mean, as far as I know, I you know what I mean? That's my great grandmother's mom. I mean, so she definitely wasn't around. So, there's that. A couple other things that just were kind of off, just creepy feelings to that house. But there's people living in that house now, and I bet money they don't feel a single thing there at all. They know nothing of it. It was probably nothing. It's all mind over matter with a lot of stuff, and for the stuff we experienced there, it could be just mind over matter. And again, the pennies were probably just a prank, a joke between my Uncle Byron and his friends. But as for the growl, I heard that. Maybe, who knows? I don't know about that. The little boy walking through the hallway, I can't remember his name. My mom said his name was something. I think it was, oh my God, it's been so long since I even thought of it. But supposedly, freaked out her. I watched him run out of the house. He was scared. It freaked him out. You know what I mean? Crazy. Uh, I don't know what to believe with ghosts and all that stuff. There hasn't been any proof or evidence. Even those shows, Ghost Hunters and all that, they never come across anything. There's been faked scenes of ghosts and so on, which are really easy to do. So I don't know. I know energy never dies. It just turns into something else. So you never know. I can say this though: when my mom died 4 years ago, literally, I mean, the same week after she died, uh, she taught me about moths. And one year we had literally 1,000 moths on our porch, and I took a picture of it. And that camera ended up getting stolen, and I can never have that picture again. But these moths were just covered our porch. For some reason, it was mating season on our porch for moths, and there were so many you couldn't even see the porch light. There was that many moths. It was crazy. And mom taught me that moths are a good omen, for new life, new beginnings, and so on. So it's real funny that she taught me these things. She told me this, and then right after she died, within the week, I just kept having moths land on me. No matter what I did. I mean, I was working the dock at the time, driving a forklift, and a moth would just fly and land on my shoulder and sit there while I was driving a forklift. It didn't care that I was driving a forklift. It didn't try to go nowhere. It just stayed on my shoulder or on my legs. And then butterflies too. Like I'd be walking outside and butterflies would just fly to me and land on me, on my legs, on my arms, whatever, just land on me. I had a butterfly stay on my head for almost 2 hours. And I don't know if that was a sign from her, you know what I mean? Um, Saying that she loved me, saying that she was there for me, she's still there with me. I don't know. But it was crazy. You know, the odds of her teaching me these things, and either I'm just noticing it or it was odd. It really was odd, though. I mean, they're just landing on me. So who knows? Who knows? Again, you know, who knows what to believe of certain things like that. I know I'm still keeping it dark, keep that Halloween feel to it, even though I'm telling a kind of a sad story right now. So yeah, y'all let me know if you guys have ever experienced any type of crazy, scary moment, or maybe even thought there was a ghost or anything. You know what I'm saying? I haven't told these stories in forever, and it's been a long time, so that's why I forgot the names of like that little boy. I used to know his name. It was Jason or something. I can't remember. Which again, I don't know. You know, I mean, I never seen it or nothing like that. You know, my brother's supposedly talking to her grandma. The growl, I did hear that. That's one thing I did do. Now the pennies, yeah, I kind of think it's a prank. No one's fully admitted to it yet, I think. But you know what I mean. There's a lot of crazy stuff that went on in that house. So every time I walk through that hallway, though, I mean, it'll give you the chills, you know, like that. I don't have to. The bathroom was across the hallway going this way, so you'd walk, and then here's the hallway going this way. I would literally turn the light on and like pretty much jump over that hallway going that way. And the sad thing was, our room was down that hallway in the master bedroom. Me and my brothers shared that room for a long time because we moved in with our grandma, and that was her house at the time, renting. And you know, when Mom left our dad, we kind of moved in at the time. My Aunt Melinda and Uncle Byron still lived there too, so it was a house full. Oh my God, it's crazy. And then, you know, eventually my grandma moved out. Mom took over the payments, and that's what it was. We lived there 18 years. 18 years of my life was in that house. And I would like to go back in there, check it out. You know what I mean? See it again. It's been a long time. You know, that's where I grew up. All that, the damage we caused. God, the damage we caused. Fights. Me and my brothers. I mean, 3 boys. You know what I mean? The fights were just stupid. I mean, we're talking about we were violent, stupid with it, you know what I mean? But that was the area we lived in, and we were raised to be kind of tough, and this is what it was. Whew. So that's it, guys. That's all my stories. I'm trying to think of another one or two. Man, I had an owl follow me once. My cat, I thought, jumped in the creek when it was raining, and it got washed away, and I walked down the whole creek trying to find him. And I walked about a mile or so, and this owl was literally jumping from tree to tree, following me. You know what I mean? Just so I don't know. That was kind of creepy. But yeah, y'all let me know if you guys have any stories, any crazy, creepy stories, ghost stories, whatever that you may have experienced and thought maybe it could have been something, or maybe just stories you've heard. But those are my stories, and yeah, there's some pretty good ones. And that house was creepy. That's no joke. I'm glad it didn't have wooden floors, because if it did, that would have been even worse. You know what I'm saying? Right, you guys. I appreciate y'all for watching. Thank you all. You know, thank you to my faithful crew who comes and always chills with all my videos. I really appreciate, you know, the handful of you guys that always show out. You know, it's like, you know, no matter what video I do, you guys are always showing up and showing out. Thank you all for that. Like this weekend, I got some in store. take a little small break from the Halloween stuff and do some other stuff. You know what I'm saying? But until then, well, I still have tomorrow too. You know what I'm saying?